You are watching Tech Confessions, created by Amy Lewis and brought to you by VMware.
All right, Dan, thank you so much for coming on the show.
Sure.
We were just chatting a moment ago about how you are starting a new gig.
I am, yeah. So I'm moving from a more day-to-day systems administration role into kind of a purely architecture and planning, take kind of big picture.
Wow.
Building new services and.
So what's on your purview? What are some things that you're looking to change or explore?
So I work for one of the research labs at Penn State, and so it's kind of the entire purview of our services, both for the lab administration and our researchers. And so trying to kind of provide more services to our researchers that maybe we haven't provided before.
Wow, what kind of research lab is it?
We do a lot of different, different kind of funded, grant-funded work.
Wow.
So, yeah.
But so you must see the cutting edge of a lot of different industries.
Yeah,
That's
our
pretty
researchers
cool.
are definitely doing a lot of really interesting work.
That's awesome. So you are big into community leadership. You're very involved in the community. Have you always been a leader, or did you start off as more of a participant?
No, I was definitely, I've been going to our VMUG for probably 8 or 9 years, since I started working with VMware Technologies and learned that there was a thing called VMUG. And, only recently, in the last maybe, 3-4 years, kind of gave a few presentations and then kind of, last year, took on a leadership role, with our VMUG team.
Oh, so recent. Well, recent-ish in the
fairly
last
recent,
year.
yeah.
And do you have any advice for others who would want to get more involved in the community, or what benefits you've found from it?
Yeah, I mean, advice is just jump in, start, talking to people, volunteer to give a presentation. It's not as scary as it seems, it doesn't have to be, if it could be 10 minutes on something interesting you did or something you figured out or, so that's kind of where it started for me. And then, moved into more, wanting to expand the reach of our VMUG. So, the central Pennsylvania was always kind of down towards the bottom of the state, and there was a lot of people we weren't reaching. So I joined on to kind of start up meetings in another part of the area. So
oh, that's great.
Bring more people involved.
Have you been able to grow it and
we
get
have,
more folks there?
So we've had 2 meetings in our new location now this year, and we've with doing that, we've effectively doubled our size just by, in terms of meeting attendance.
That's incredible.
Just by hitting a different audience who, wouldn't make an hour and a half or 2-hour trip, down to the other location.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's been really good, and looking forward to keeping it going next year.
Good. Well, Dan, one of the things that you might have guessed that gives Tech Confessions its name is your tech confession. So I would love to ask you, what was your software-defined moment?
Software-defined moment. Recently it was probably kind of bringing the picture together of how we could start bringing more of the networking involved. So
interesting.
Trying to bring our network team in with NSX. I've been doing the VMware thing for probably a good 10 years now. My previous role, or my previous company, we were 100% virtualized by the time I left there. Doing disaster recovery tests every quarter with SRM, which our auditors just loved. I think that first time we hit the test button and failed over the whole data center without affecting production, and then we're able to actually get our internal audit people into it and say, hey, here it is. We can really do this.
That's incredible.
Yeah, they were really happy with that.
Did you have any naysayers who saw that moment and were like, okay, I get it now?
Yeah, it was a smaller organization, but I think there was a kind of a feeling of, well, we're spending a lot of money on this stuff. What's it really getting? And then it was kind of one of those aha moments, for the business.
One.
Yeah,
gosh, that's phenomenal. So in introducing NSX to your business, have you had to break down any silos or teach folks a new way of thinking about networking and security?
Not really. So we're not in production with it yet. We're still just kind of exploring, what we could do with it. But no, our infrastructure teams have always worked pretty closely together. Our server and networking teams work pretty closely together. So it was more about presenting the use cases and kind of getting those light bulb moments of, oh, we could do things this way, or we could still utilize our firewall integration because they integrate with NSX. And so it's been a lot of exploratory so far, but I think next year we'll get a little further down the line with it.
And for a university system and for a system of research labs, are there certain use cases that are more important to you to explore?
Well, certainly, microsegmentation between different, pools of research resources is really important. The research done at a university, it's on the cutting edge, and so it's, it's attractive to a lot of people.
Bad guys.
So yeah, we got to, definitely work on keeping that secure. So I think that's the biggest use case for us.
Thank you so much for coming on the show. I so appreciate it. And for all of you, when you are ready to give your tech confession, please go to techconfessionstheshow.com.